What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the hybrid mod action, spawning in the top of the map in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Ayah. In the green color, his partner today, also playing Oranos, is Skyfire, and the third Oranos on the team is Playhrd. Their opponents today is a combination of F2 and AOL. However, in this game, only F2 players are playing. We've got F2 player playing, we got yellow color Oranos player IamWiz. I'm good at this. In the teal color, playing as Zeus is player, and in the purple color, playing as Loki is Popsie. The map seems to be Megalopolis. I have not seen this map in a very, very long time. The very unique thing about this map is that every partner spawns super close, and there's no watchtowers to start with. So rushes are super effective on this map. So we'll see what these people can come up with. But the map's also quite big, and there's a lot of hunt, and there's a lot of abilities to defend elsewhere. And there's also back gold mines, which is huge, and you start with large gold mines in your base. As you can see, large gold mine, large gold mine, large gold mine. So if you push them off one gold mine, say this one here, both players can easily share this one while they stabilize and then move over here, especially when you have an Oranos player who can just chuck 2 citizens onto it and be totally fine. If we jump over to what everyone's doing, it does look like we've got some rushes coming in. FNX Playhrd has got 3 villagers already on the food. No villagers have built a economic guild. We have our green player Skyfire with the double villagers on wood with the economic guild hunting dogs already down. We've got villagers queued over to this gold mine. So it looks like he's going for 4:30. Can still do the 4-minute advance time if he stops chopping wood at and it's either 125, he needs to get one more. So if he gets 125 wood, takes the villager off wood, puts him onto food, then he can grab that temple when they have enough gold. He's not taking it off, so that means no early temple there. Sorry, no early advance. Normal 4:30 for him. And we have Ayah also going for the brutal rush. He's got some villagers gathering from chicken though, which is super strange. He has sent villagers over onto this giraffe here. So if we jump over to Ayah's perspective, he's not going to have the resource to advance straight on that 3:30. He may, but it looks like that's going to be a little bit late. He's going to be a little bit late on that one, which is unfortunate for him. Can jump back over to this side. We've got Wiz. He's got that economic guild up. Already villagers on chicken on that hippopotamus, and he's going to be going for 4:30. Jumping over to player. Player's got his standard build. I assume he's going to be going for a 4:30. He's got 2 villagers on gold, and he's pumping villagers over to this food here. He's got the chicken, and he's got the giraffe at the back. And finally, we've got Popsie over here playing Loki. He's getting that temple up, and he should be advancing at about the same time as everyone else. So we'll see what happens there. We've got these early Oracle Scouts coming in. Now, the big thing about the Oracle Scout rush, which is why it's kind of really successful and strong, is because you can attack your opponent straight away and kill off one of his really important watchtowers. On this map, there are no watchtowers. So what do you attack? You have to attack some villagers, and these villagers are all going to be under town center fire, it looks like. I mean, you've got this back hunt here, which you can attack, but pretty much everywhere else. I guess Popsie's got this here, but does WKT know about this? No, they don't know about it just yet. Where's he sending these guys? It looks like he's moving forward with them, but he's not going to be able to find that location. It's out of the way, and he's going to be wanting to move straight to the base. And when he gets there, he's going to see not too much. Maybe he can push off a wood here, but that's not really going to do all that much. It may slow down the Loki players. So we'll see how they react. Prometheus is coming through for Ayah. Skyfire also going through Prometheus, and Playhrd also in Prometheus. We've got F2 player just getting up his temple. He's a little bit late. I'm assuming we're going to see Hermes. There's the Hermes coming out, which means you can't ceasefire any aggression coming forward and defend quite nicely from that. Wiz going through Prometheus himself a little bit later than everyone else. And we've got, who's last? Popsie. Popsie going through 4:30, and he's going to be getting there fairly soon. So we do see the classical ages are out. We don't yet have a economic guild for Playhrd. He's grabbing his double counter barrack, so he's going straight for those Terma. This like straight Terma play, I feel like I haven't seen it enough in team games. In 1v1, the meta for Oranos is to go Mermillo and Terma, but in team games, the spam of the Termite can be super brutal because you don't have to defend as much, you don't have to fight as much. You can raid the entire game just with these Termite and then do that super fast Titan off the back of these medium Termite, which doesn't really work in 1v1. We do see these Oracle Scouts moving in. They're going to get pushed back. We see Val getting cast there, probably so that he can grab some of these hero citizens. Because that Ayah who did that, or you? Yeah, Ayah got it. So he's going to have a hero citizen, and he's going to have these Terma coming out, and they're going to start running around trying to deal some damage. We are seeing everyone else moving forward right now. We've got some walls coming up. I like this. This protects this hunt very, very nicely. So it's going to mean that WKT needs to run through here and around to get to the hunt, which is great. He can also create some more barracks in this location here, or something, houses. You probably should put the houses over here just to wall this off even more, so he can't just run straight past when he spots the wall. We have a little bit of the Valor going on over here for Wiz. He's just going to be building up. Should just stay in his base with these guys because his opponents have advanced first. You don't want to move out too fast. We've got player moving out with that Centaur. He's got a couple of villagers on the temple, so he's going for Centaur at the moment. So going to be grabbing that pole mark as soon as possible. I think the standard play is to grab pole mark straight away so that your initial Centaur can start raiding straight away without any issues of getting killed. There are 3 shockwaves you have to deal with though, so that's going to be pretty big. Centaur going to be running around trying to find something to pick off, and we are going to see Playhrd moving in and AR running around as well. So we're just going to see what they can do. We've got the Odysseus here defending. That's going to be more than enough to make these Terma run away because they just really don't do that much damage to the Odysseus. A little bit of micro here. That's nice seeing the trading here, and most of these guys are just going to keep on trying to take down this Odysseus. Could just move the Odysseus back. Definitely need to get some more of those Centaur. We have got Sylvan Law coming out, which is going to be those pole marks. And we do see that he's grabbing some of those goat around the map. Going to send them over to the side, move them back. That's going to be the safest way. And we do see Ayah moving all around this base. This is kind of bad for play. He has to move back onto this back forest here. Definitely give up this storehouse and find yourself in a different spot. We've got some stables going up, and Hersa are out. But here we go. Wiz coming in right now. He's going to be trying to pick off these units. We've got a bunch of these Momillo as well. By a bunch, I mean 2, which is huge. There is the shockwave. That's going to pick off at least 2 of these Terma. See, those Terma pick off Terma so fast. If you actually change the amount of Terma attacking, once you have critical mass, I believe it's like 3 Terma kill 1 enemy Terma if they all hit the javelin. So grab 4 Terma, target 1, just in case one misses, you still kill the Terma, and grab the next 4 and target a different one. You can actually kill 4 Terma in a shockwave. It's huge if you micro it really well. If you have that many Terma and the communication on your team, there's so many Terma here. So they just need to start micro. We do see that Wiz is moving out here. Definitely don't want to be fighting this one just yet. Another shockwave onto his unit. It's going to pick off a bunch more of those medium Terma. That's going to be huge. They're all dying. We see one just fade out of there for no reason. I have no idea what happened there. We are seeing Wiz using that mana to garrison those Terma. This is just going to be running around at the moment. We've got these Hersa coming in right now. They can do so much damage to these Terma because they do not take a significant amount of damage from them because they've got the 15% pierce armor against 5 damage, or that's hero 1, against 4 damage a shot. So that's really not that much, and also they're super inaccurate, and once Hersa have Hall of Thanes, which they do have, they can really get onto them and deal all of that damage. Do you have anything coming up here? We do have a nice shockwave on the back here. Ceasefire could be used to keep these guys alive, and one of those Centaur do fall, and he's going to have to retreat that other one out as more Centaurs start coming out. We've got some stables going up at this point, and player is sitting in a fairly decent position to be holding on at this point. Definitely want to get that other Centaur out, but unfortunately, running that Centaur right into the opponent's army, and he's going to be losing all of those. If the Centaur runs normally, he can dodge all the arrows, but if he bumps into his opponent's units and the arrows fly at him in the right moment, they're going to be able to kill them. So all of those Centaur die, which is huge. If you watched the redo Moore game, the show match from the other day, we learned that every Centaur is important, and you need to keep them all alive so you can hit the critical mass. That way, if you hit the critical mass, it gets really hard for your opponent's Oranos to deal with them. And anyways, this is going really heavily in the favor of WKT because they can sit in their opponent's base and just keep killing units as they pop out without losing too many. So they're going to be able to get to that heroic age super fast, get to the mythic age super fast. We're seeing a nice raid onto Popsie right now, picking off a bunch of these villages, making them get out, and he's going to be moving around. There are only 1 giraffe over here, and we are seeing this gold mine getting a lot of heat over here as we see Hersa moving in. So they should be able to clean this up. Unfortunately, these Oranos units move so fast. We are seeing a little bit of a raid over here, just from the Lions, not from anything special. We are seeing the blue player, Ayah, or Playhrd, moving in, going to be taking out some villages on that temple. Unfortunately, player still has not given up on this storehouse. He actually built another storehouse there, which I feel like was wrong. He should have just moved up to the back storehouse and be totally fine there. But he's going to be having to move back there. And now we're seeing some more raids coming in, trying to pick off these units. But we do have Hero Terma already out here, going to be able to defend fairly decently there. And we are seeing Playhrd moving in again with these Terma, just trying to poke his head in, trying to do what he can do there. And we do see that this, huge raid here. A bunch of what Wiz is doing, attempting to defend against the 2 players. We have got Popsie moving in as well. Most of those citizens look like they do survive in that manner, but definitely could consider moving back, grabbing this town center, and then taking this forest would be a nice move, or this town center and this forest. But just having to defend at this point is super difficult. We are seeing that the centaurs are getting focus fired there, and unfortunately for Playhrd, he's going to be losing all these units if he stays in there under the tower fire, and the Hippocon units there are going to be a little bit too much. We are seeing Ayah move in again, going to be attempting to pick off some of these villages as the villagers get pulled off the wood line there in order to defend against that. Does pick off 1 villager there and gets out there without any losses, which is huge. Every villager is a win. We are seeing Popsie move in at this point, but Popsie needs to not really be fighting just now. He doesn't want to. You don't really want to lose these Hersa. These Hersa aren't that good without flaming weapons. They're okay. They do okay, but when you get the flaming weapons onto them, they just multiply. And if you can get a really good flaming weapons fight, which is the aim of Loki, then you need to have all the Hersa to deal with that. So you don't want to lose any in the classical age. For jump over to Poppsie's perspective, he should be He's going through Bragg. He's got so much gold in the bank, so losing her is not important. You want to hold on to them, spend all that gold on Battle Ball, or go straight to the Myth Gauge through tier and do all that gold on Fenris Wolves. However, the defense is still going on. This is going fairly decently for F2. They've taken a lot of damage, but they're still in the clear at this point. What's going to be the real big thing is what our opponents can do. So if we jump over to Ayah's perspective, he's going through Thea. Skyfire going to be going through Thea super soon. We've got Playhrd, not that close. Unfortunately, his economic management maybe lost too many units there. Player almost going to that next stage. He's going to have the resources. He doesn't have the houses though, so he's maybe a little bit further off than it looks like, even though he's got the food, because he has been house basically. Wiz on the other hand also he's grabbed that Thea right there, so he's going to be going to that heroic age, so he's going to start being able to grab town centers. So we'll see when that happens, and we do see another shockwave going in there, but unfortunately that's not going to do all too much. Most of those units are just not going to be fighting, and Wiz doing as much as he possibly can here to defend. He's doing fairly well considering it's almost a 3v1, and we do have these Hersa running back and forth. At this point I feel like they just need to ignore that, grab that second town center, and then go for a really strong battle balls. We are seeing another shockwave there. Wiz is taking the brunt of this, because if you shockwave Terma, then you can kill them super fast. Basically, everything else doesn't really matter too much. We are seeing the Hersa moving right now, trying to get us around as he hits that next age. He's already in the next stage, so I'm not sure what he's doing with these guys just running around at this point. We don't have any real raid. Oh, we do have a raid over here from Ayah. Going to be trying to pick off these dwarves here, but the dwarves running into them would be a terrible move. We have some battle ball coming out now, which could be sent over here to defend against this, but the dwarves get sent onto wood for some reason, and these Term are going to do absolute work. The Hersa running it around as well. Do they get slowed down by the Valkyrie? Valkyrie is sitting at 6 speed, so they don't. So it's fine to run around with the Valkyrie. See, they are coming in for Skyfire and Wiz. And these Term are going to be running around and probably should get caught. Unfortunately, Term have a really poor pathing, but for some reason they managed to have good pathing on that event, just running right through those. So a bunch die, but I would have expected this round to be a little bit better. Definitely can utilize those buildings just to block them in. And we do see Hesperid's Tree getting cast. That's going to start having access to those Dryades. And there's the tier. I love this. Going to the tier, going to be able to start spamming those Fenris Wolves straight out of the Fimbulwinter flaming weapons. There's not a huge reason for it. Can definitely stay in the classical age and grab battle ball spam, but that forces you to go for the town centers, and sometimes it can be a little bit finicky, whereas this one definitely does a lot of damage to your opponent's economy, and then it distracts them while you use flame weapons, and a lot of stuff goes on at the same time without a lot of actions by yourself, and then the Fenris Wolf Broods come in, and that's where it starts becoming brutal. So we'll see if that works for him. Jumping back over to FNX, we have Thea coming through, Ayah going through Hecate, which is huge, and Skyfire not close to that next stage, going to be staying there, probably grabbing some town centers. Player almost still not in the next stage. He's still spamming those Hippocons, so he's going to be super far behind. Does have access to ceasefire though, so that's going to help, but it's going to be difficult if we have the purple player Popsie move in with his flaming weapons and Fimbulwinter. That's going to be a little bit bizarre, but he doesn't actually have to use flaming weapons Fimbulwinter, because there's nothing that can stop his flaming weapon. So he can just use Fimbulwinter as soon as he hits the Mythic Age. And it's going to do as much damage as normal. It's just you don't have the double thing to deal with. We just have the town centers going up, and we should see Popsie move in right now. We have Shockwave getting cast over here. That's going to do a lot of damage to these villages here. Should be able to pick off at least one of these, as the rest of these villages moving over onto this town center, and some of these termites should get picked off at this point. We do see Skyfire and Ayah going to get out of here. We see Popsie moving in, potentially going to be attempting to take down a town center here, which could be good considering the entire army, or not the entire army, Playhrd spotted this. He's moving back in to defend against it. We're going to see Flaming Weapons, Tier go down. Here we go, Flaming Weapons and Tier. We have a nice wolf spawn here as well. So this town center is going to go down. 100% sure about that. Ayah, though, hitting the Mythic Age, not going to be able to use that Mythic Age straight away because of the Winter. Apollo coming through for F2 player as well. This town center going to go down. We jump over to Popsie's perspective. Favor just comes in so fast right now. The town center goes down, and then all these villages should go down as well. We've got some more Terma moving in right now. Terma trying to blow down this wall here. This town center should get up before that wall goes down. And now you have to fight against the Flaming Weapons Hersa because your town center's gone down. So this is huge. 20 favor in the bank right now. At the end of this Flaming Weapons is going to be more like 50, and that's going to be so many of those Fenris, the Wolf Brutes. And now all of FNX and WKT are going to have to retreat now and defend against this. We've also got these battle boards here, and we see Tartarangate going down onto the front of Wiz. Wiz going to have to deal with this somehow, or F2 player. Potentially casting Ceasefire might be an option. However, we don't want to cast that one until this is over. We do have these battle balls trying to take down this town center, but we have Stymphalian Birds here. Stymphalian Burns are hard counters for Battle Ball and Hersa because they can just pick those off. They got the bonus. What is it? It's like 200% versus the myth units. Plus they do 3 projectiles at 11 damage. So that's quite a lot. We see the bulk going down from F2 player onto that Stymphalian Bird, but there's still more Stymphalian Birds here. The Flaming Weapons has gone down. Popsie sitting at quite a bit of favor there, and we do see, there we go, the Fenris Wolf Brutes are coming. So is this going to be enough? We do have Tartarian spawns coming out of this place here, and we do need to see the rest of these start going, the rest of the army of F2 need to come down. However, once this Tartarian gate goes down, I'm sure we're going to start seeing more. Skyfire, not close. He's got a lot of gold in the bank, so he can actually trade for that. And we've got, unfortunately, I feel like Playhrd not going to be close just now because he's lost that hometown center. Building that one back up, the attack from Popsie has been thwarted, but the damage has been done, and he's getting out of here with a lot of these Hersa. And I think he just spotted these citizens moving forward to this gold mine. So that's going to be a point of weakness there for the WKT from these Fenris Wolves, which should come. You basically just need 6 to 8 to come out of your temple. So if we check out Popsie, he's got a couple in the bank here. He definitely needs to stop producing Hersa. That's going to delay him quite a bit. We do see the wall of Popsie going down there from Skyfire. So Skyfire going to get out of there with that little win there. And these Hersa just running around trying to do as much damage as they possibly can. You can definitely move back over here and pick off these villages, or at least get a spy on them so we can see what's going on. And Wiz just chilling in the back here, but still no forward movement onto these forward town centers. And it kind of looks like there may be more town centers than I thought. We're just going on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's a random town center over here. That's weird. I feel like that's a map bug. There's one extra town center on the map. So this has this been scouted by anyone? It has been scouted. Oh, and also Oranos players would know about that, unless I miscounted, which I definitely could have. Or maybe it's part of the map to have an odd amount of town centers, but that seems like not balanced. We have a nice little fire giant spawn there, and here are the Fenris Wolves. We got 4 here and 2 here. Get these guys bunched up together. Get them away from the Stymphalian Birds, because those things do a lot of that. Oh, nice shockwave there. Going to be able to pick off one, which is huge. But the rest of these Hersa should be able to move in and pick off these guys. Definitely need to get these Fenris Wolves to get away from here. Don't want them to fight underneath Stymphalian Bird fire. I want those to be raiding. Never use them in your army until later in the game once you've done some economic damage. We see Underworld Passage going down right now. Where's that going? Oh, he's jumping right onto these villages here. But these villages actually have nowhere to go. They've got this town center to go to. But most of these should fall. And we got Hoplite here as well. Hoplite, once you have like 10 Hoplite, especially medium Hoplite, they're essentially siege weapons. So you can start bashing down a town center, no worries, especially because the town center is taking down the Underworld Passage. Oh, looks like Ayah does spot that and he's going to be refocusing onto the Hoplite there. Unfortunately, it seems like the army of Playhrd is just a little bit too strong at this point. Going to be forcing Popsie back into his base. And we have those 7 Fenris Wolves. Definitely send those through that underworld passage. Get them running around your opponent's base at this point and help out. We do have the Stymphalian birds moving in right now. Going to be trying to pick off these centaur. And we do have both of at least one of those centaur dying. That's a little bit of a trade there. Town center not going to go down just yet because you've got enough units here to defend. And the raids just keep happening. Are the Fenris Wolves going to go through the underworld? Come on, man. You just, no, not going to go through the underworld. Going to send them forward. They're sitting at, they actually pick up speed, right? I'm not sure. 4.48 isn't quite right. I can't tell you what it is because it doesn't show you, but having 45 basically peak attack there, they can basically one-hit villages at this mass with 10 Fenris Wolves. That's absolutely huge. He can just move in, pick off this guy, pick off this guy, pick off the farms as well as kind of a bit of a funny move you can do. But we do have Popsie. Oh, we have the ceasefire going down. I am not sure about that one. When you're, why did he cast that? Got the town center going up, so that's totally fine. But these town centers are both opening. We do see Popsie going to be moving forward onto this town center. Definitely want to get that 3rd town center. But Ayah taking over right now. We've got Ayah in that Mythic Age. Skyfire going through Hecate. Playhrd getting close to Hecate. Playhrd going through Hephaestus. And Wiz going through Helios. That's a bit of an odd choice there, considering he could use the Hecate for his opponents, but instead getting his own Helios, they're going to be able to transport his military units all over the map, which is really going to help out. And he's going to have access to those Hecate Gigantes, or Hecate Gigantes, not sure how you say it, in order to deal with those Tartarian gates. So it could be a hard counter if you can mass those. He does only have 20 favor in the bank, and you don't get that free myth unit spawn in the hybrid mod. So gonna have to produce those ones himself, but we do see that Playhrd's in the back of the base here, can cast that Tartarian gate on the back there, which has not been cast just yet. We do see Shockwave does go down. This is still trying to get defended here. Villagers in Nilla repair Underworld so far, so you can actually send them forward and basically hold on this forever unless the villagers get picked off. And we do see still popping in and out, trying to defend, trying to do what they can do here, but yeah, I'm interested to see if this is going to be enough here. There's just so many Stymphalian birds, and those just pick off these manticores so easily. Tartarian Gate does get cast somewhere. Where's the Tartarian Gate going down? Where is it? I have no idea. Here's the Tartarian Gate. So this is going to be difficult to deal with. FD player does get through Hephaestus. So he's going to be able to put that one down somewhere and start getting some of that free resource. And he should start transitioning. There's a Plenty Vault. And what he really needs to do now is start transitioning into Myrmidon. Once you get those Myrmidon out, it becomes really hard for Oranos to deal with it. And basically really hard for everyone to deal with it. And still, these Fenris Wolf Brutes absolutely doing work. Huge raids right here, picking off a bunch of those citizens. I'm still confused as to why he hasn't picked off this this group of villages that he knew about, just focusing on everyone else at this point. And every single villager you kill, there's so much damage going on right now for F2 right now. They're going to come ahead in this game. They do need to still deal with this. We do have Dryads coming out at this point, so that may be enough. And we are seeing these Fenris Wolves looking for more villages. They can move in. Oh, this is going to be a nice juicy attack right now. Moving in, even grabs that Hesperid tree. Going to move in and maybe pick off some of these villages, and does manage to get them. Most of those are going to fall before they get to that town center. And look at that. That's 5 villager kills. Ayah in some pain right now. Also, still not grabbing this back town center. We do have a Sky Passage going on. This location is getting picked off right now. We've got a bunch of those heavy destroyers as well as Stymphalian birds coming up. Playhrd through Hecate himself, though. That's going to be another Tartarian Gate they have to deal with. And now we see some of Popsie moving out, and same with Wiz. Going to be able to deal with a lot of this. And these Fenris Wolf Brutes picking off this market, I like it. Fenris Wolf Brutes actually pick off buildings super fast. As you can see, this market goes down so quick. Next step should be just running around to gold mines. When you have these Fenris Wolf Brutes en masse, you want to run around to gold mines. You can move in and pick villages off farms, which does work, but generally speaking, if you can get onto the gold mines, you can do a lot of damage. We do see there is a Sky Passage here, so he can get in there and pick off some of those, but that may not happen there. We're going to pick off a bunch more of these villages. We do have Murmillo heroes here to defend against this, but there we go. We've got the more movements coming in right now, and we do have a Sky Passage here with Palace coming up. Going to be trying to pick off what Wiz has got here, and we do have a market going up. Maybe there's a gentleman's agreement not to grab this town center. Not 100% sure, but it still does exist. Or maybe there is an extra town center for everyone. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm so confused right now. Everyone's got 3 town centers though, so it could just be the gentleman's agreement. No, Wiz grabbing the town center. No gentleman's agreement. Yeah, so there we go. There's just an random extra town center on the map for everyone to grab. So Skyfire moving in at this point. Still, the raid's going really, really well right now. If you check this out though, that's 3 population. 3 times 8, I can't do math. What is that? 16, 24, 24 population in Fenris Wolves. So this means that if they can ignore it enough and not take as much economic damage, they can really do the damage on the front. So this is what's going on right now. We've got these movements in from Skyfire and looks like Ayah. So they're going to be trying to move in with this and dealing all the damage they possibly can. But Popsie just going to keep on killing that economy off, try and keep this foothold on this town center alive while player sets up for those Myrmidon possibly there. He does need to get Fortress out, and he does have 1, but generally, he's still building Fenris Wolves. I don't know if I like this. Should be transitioning more into that Migdol unit-based army with some Herso mixed in, but more, that's huge. That's a huge raid there on player. I'm going to pick up every single one of those citizens, and then he can just he leaves 1. Nope, gets that 1, and he's also going for a side build here. I love this, and he's going to start putting on some of that pressure forward, but the Sky Passage has allowed Green to move forward, but he's moving in with these Fenris Wolves as well. But we've got Ayah running around with all of these units. He's got some medium Fanatic mixed in. Definitely needs to start upgrading those one. When you've got heavy Fanatic versus medium Fanatic, that is a big difference right there in stats. But there's just so many units pumping out as Wiz as maybe for some reason struggling to keep up economy because he's got no gold income at this point. Do you see more of this side build going on? And this town center looks like for Popsie not able to defend against it. We do have player moving in, but looks like this is going to go down, and that's going to be a little bit unfortunate there. Popsie should start building up some of those hill forts and maybe get some battering rams to try and take down this location here. Mix those battering rams in with the Fenris Wolves, and it's going to be good days right there. And we're going to move in, going to pick off a bunch of these villages again, and unfortunately, Ayah just not being able to pay attention. Does lose only 1, so he does manage to get onto it before they all die. And then that palace is going to start taking a lot of damage. But Wiz, under so much pressure here, Ayah and Skyfire taking out a bunch of Wiz's villages right now. If you check out Wiz, he's got no gold in the bank, so he needs this. Sitting at 100 population, very, very difficult to defend against 2 players when Popsie isn't in the army, not really helping out. He's doing a lot of damage to the economy, but it doesn't matter how much economy damage you do if they don't lose any units. So here we go. We're moving in right now. I've got the Dryads trying to move in, going to try and take out this location. We've got Destroyers coming in as well, going to try and pick off the fortified town center. That one should fall. Popsie still not retreating. I really feel like after you've done the damage on the economy, which you've done, you need to go kill the units. This is why I say kill the economy and then come back with these Fenris Wolves, because then they can't spend their resources on heroizing their units and they can't really deal with you. So that's going to be really big if he does move back, but it looks like he's ignoring that, and all of the town centers are going to be falling now for F2. WKT kind of coming away with this game, which is really bizarre considering how much economic damage Popsie's done. Also, still no real use of that Helios God power. He did use it once, but unfortunately not able to use it again because he's got no economy in the bank, and he's got no trade route as well because it gets picked off, especially because we've got the red Ayah player sitting right in the middle of that trade route, which is where you want it. But we've also got Popsie doing the same thing. It's just he's not defending, and Skyfire is pulling ahead on the score there because his economy is so strong. But player now, he's going to be sitting in a really nice position at this point. He's got the fortress up and he's hit that mass. He does need to, definitely need to stop this town center from going up. We have heavy toxotes with the burning pitch, and then we've got some of those myrmidons coming in. So that's going to stop this town center from going up. And I feel like player needs to grab this one for himself. At this point, his economy is really, really good. If we jump over to his perspective, player sitting at a lot of resources in the bank. And once you've got that, if you're the strong player in team games with the strong units as Zeus, and you get to the late game, you're better off giving that town center away to him, especially if you're Loki. Loki can do a lot of damage with not that much population, as you can see with these Fenris Wolves running around. They are starting to run a little bit low, which is not good, and they are going to start getting taken down by these Hero Murmillo. Actually, the Murmillo are going to get picked off by the Fenris Wolves, which is pretty amusing considering they're heroes, but Fenris Wolves are so strong. Unfortunately, losing 2 there for 2 Murmillo heroes, not going to be worth it, and we do see player now now going to move out, try and move out at least. But Wiz needs help. Wiz is like taking damage from these fire siphons. We've got Arcus coming in, Murmillo coming in, going to be grabbing onto this Hesperid's tree as well, so he can start building Dryads right into this fight. But we've got villagers now coming off the line as well, so they're going to start dealing some damage. But the Fire Siphon's the story right now. Need to kill that one off, and Fire Siphon actually get an indirect buff in this game. They're still kind of weak. If you get a melee unit onto them, they're still kind of weak, but villagers don't have the bonus in the hybrid mod. So that's why I say indirect buff. You can't really kill them with villagers, so it's difficult to take them out, especially when your army is as it is. We're seeing player now transition into watchtowers. Definitely need to get those ones up and start playing a little bit lame. We've got some watchtowers coming up over here, but it looks like player not going to be able to pick off this location. There's too many fanatics here, and they're going to be enough to pick off these champion Hypaspist and Hoplite. So player needs to refocus over on this location, because Wiz loses this town center. That's huge. We've got attacks going on everywhere. Temple gets picked off there, so no back Colossus attack. Oh, here's the back Colossus attacks we love seeing. Gold Colossi coming in right now. Going to try and pick off this town center, and we do have a couple of these Fenris will push just chilling out in the corner of the map randomly. Town center falling for both over here though, and we have Bellerophon coming out. So Bellerophon going to do a lot of damage right now. So this really is going to be all about can F2 recover right now and then rely on player to carry them at this point, because Wiz, he's doing okay. He was doing okay, but he's got no gold income, so he's really struggling at this point. And all the town centers for WKT make it super difficult for a player to get the population count to deal with what they've got, especially because they've got access to those fanatics. And even though they do cost 3 population, they still can do a lot of damage. And we do see that we're retreating those citizens at this point. We've got some of those Heliopoli coming in, going to try and maybe pick off over there on this location. Got another Hesperid's tree from Ayah going down, even closer to his opponent. And we've got Skyfire grabbing Wiz's Hesperid's tree, and more villagers moving forward, even though there's a spy on them. So he's going to be able to see this town center going up. We've got these buildings getting picked off from the front from Popsie. He's going to be losing those ones. Looks like the town center getting stopped as well, so not able to get that one back up. And this location is getting moved in on. So Wiz not being able to hold at this point. And we've got a Wonder even going down for Skyfire. This is hilarious. This is like just the nail in the coffin. When you're winning this much, you can just chuck a Wonder down. Doesn't matter that much. It's just kind of a bit of a troll strat. Like, not even a troll thing. It's like them just basically the equivalent of taunting in, I don't know, like Smash Brothers or something. It's like, yeah, I'm ahead. I know I'm ahead. And that's going to be that. We're going to see moving in some more right now. Murmillo taking down this palace, taking down everything else. And we've got Playhrd taking down what Popsie's got, as well as these Stymphalian birds. You've got villagers getting pulled off the line, sort of like a Village of Ragnarok. But when you've got champion units, villagers just get destroyed. So it's not like in the early game where you can kind of use them against your enemy army, because they just doesn't work like that. So a lot of this is going down at this point. We've got this town center getting picked off as well by the Dryad, so that's Wizard's second town center going to go down. Player sitting at only 130 population, only 12 villages on gold, so his economy is really far behind. And he's got 100 favor in the bank, and he's got his temple going up, but no gold to produce those colossi to send in. And back town center going down now. Fire Siphon still doing absolute work, and this looks like the end of the game here. Looks like F2 giving up a little bit. Once you get pressured this hard, it does get hard to keep playing on, especially when you're sitting up against, I think it's 9 town centers to 7 town centers. Player decides to tap out. Shortly following that, Popsie taps out, and then Wiz gonna do a troll vortex onto the back of the base and decides that's enough. Wiz taps out as well. GG, well played there by WKT. That pressure the entire game was... I actually felt like F2 had this game. They did so much damage to the economy, but they didn't... I feel like Popsie just sat there for too long, you know? Once you pick off that many villages, you're ahead on the economy, but not on the army. You need to make that army you're raiding with come back to your base and deal with the army that your opponent's doing. Once you kill off all their gold miners, you can move back and then force heroes out. And once you force the heroes out, that's all their economy gone. And then either you can trade your your Fenris Wolfbroods into that army and then transition into something more useful, like, I don't know, Huskal or Jarl, or like throwing Axeman Ulfsark or something like that. I believe if you go Bragi tier as well, you can get super strong Ulfsark, your Berserker Gang, Swine Array, and Call of Valhalla. And then you've got brutally strong Ulfsark. Unfortunately, Popsie, I feel like made some poor decisions in that game with those Fenris Wolfbroods and couldn't come out with a win with them. And WKT managed to capitalize on that and came through with really strong play. Those 3 Tartarian gates were huge as well. Anyways, if you enjoyed this game, please rate, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to see my videos as soon as they come out. My name's Boit, and I will see you guys next time.